Hey, this is AngelStar, and welcome to Set for Smash, the character moveset series. This will be my first character giving a moveset to, and I decided to choose Chibi-Robo. I'm going to go over how each character will work in Smash Bros. In certain details. But first, we're going to talk about the origins. Chibi-Robo first appeared in 2005 in Japan, and 2006 in the US for the title Chibi-Robo Plug-Into Adventure. Chibi-Robo is a little robot that cleans around the house and collects money, as well as helping the Sandersons family in the first game, as well as a bunch of toys. There have been a total of 5 Chibi-Robo games throughout the entire series, 6 including a Wii port, that's exclusive to Japan. And in each iteration, it's always a different Chibi-Robo, never the same. However, each Chibi-Robo is programmed the same way, clean up the house and make people happy. So for Smash, Chibi-Robo would have a huge amount of appliances as well as the gadgets he's equipped with. Now, I've never really seen any Chibi-Robo moveset concepts with the exception of Super Smash Flash 2. I will say it's a not bad moveset, but it only references Chibi-Robo for the GameCube, Plug-Into Adventure. So for this moveset, I'm going to use every single gadget that Chibi-Robo has used throughout the entirety of his games. Some of the clips and videos will be used from the Jackstalgia YouTube channel, where he actually goes in depth about all 5 Chibi-Robo games, which you'll get a link to at the end of the video, or in the description. So let's start off first with the details, where I'll go in depth of how Chibi-Robo will look and is designed in the Smash game. For starters, Chibi-Robo is a small character, and I wanted to somewhat replicate that in Smash, so Chibi-Robo would be as tall as Kirby. He is a mid-light character. Since Chibi-Robo is made out of metal, he is somewhat of a heavy little guy. His speed is somewhat slow, as it takes a while to get anywhere in the Chibi-Robo games. Chibi-Robo will have 2 jumps and no other movement options. For the series symbol, everyone always says it should be his plug, and they're half right, but in all honesty, I think the symbol for the Chibi-Robo series should be, well, Chibi-Robo. Most importantly, the picture of Chibi-Robo where he's running with the plug on his head. You can see this in his loading screens, as well as it being the symbol in Chibi-Robo Photo Finder. I think this best represents the Chibi-Robo series because it's about Chibi-Robo. When Chibi-Robo enters a stage, he will unplug himself from an outlet that'll eventually disappear. This is in reference to how Chibi-Robo always plugs himself in and plugs himself out of places in multiple Chibi-Robo games, as his battery is the most important thing about his life. For Chibi-Robo's first taunt, Chibi-Robo's head would pop open a sign with a check mark. This is how Chibi-Robo says yes to no to most characters. Chibi-Robo's side taunt will have him pick up his plug and then do a pose, in reference to Chibi-Robo Ziplash. Trust me, there's going to be a few of these references, so you're going to have to get used to that. For Chibi-Robo's down taunt, Chibi-Robo will fall down and get back up. This is actually a reference to when Chibi-Robo runs out of battery. Up next is Chibi-Robo's victory theme. Now, I do like the Super Smash Flash 2 victory theme, but it doesn't really scream Chibi-Robo, in my honest opinion, and not all Smash games use the victory theme for their games, Mega Man and Villager being one of them. So I decided to use the main menu theme from Chibi-Robo Plug-Into Adventure, which is called, ironically enough, Chibi-Robo, mostly the beginning and the ending part of the theme. Next up, we have Chibi-Robo's abilities. An ability is something unique about the character that makes him special in Smash. And for that, Chibi-Robo's ability is his battery. Chibi-Robo will have a battery above his icon, similar to Little Mac. The battery starts off every match with 100 and it'll go down every second. The battery goes down every second every time you're in the battle, you use a certain attack or even get hit. When Chibi-Robo's battery hits 0 in his games, it's basically running out of HP. Don't worry, I'm not saying that you'll get KO'd if you lose all your battery. That would make Chibi-Robo downright unplayable. However, the battery represents how much damage Chibi-Robo can use. Attacks that Chibi-Robo will use for his attacks and his plug will actually have electrical damage. However, if Chibi-Robo runs out of battery, it'll do half as much damage. Don't worry, it takes around 15 seconds for the battery to fully charge. Don't worry, I'll go into detail how each attack will work, depending on the battery usage. But before that, let's talk about costumes. Yeah, I know they're called color palettes, but for Chibi-Robo's case, they're going to be costumes. Costume 1 will be the standard Chibi-Robo design. Costume 2 will be the Drake Redcrest suit, in reference to Drake Redcrest, from Chibi-Robo Plug-Into Adventure, as well as Chibi-Robo Photo Finder, where he returns. Chibi-Robo's third costume is the Frog suit, from Chibi-Robo. Costume 4 is the Pajama suit, also from Chibi-Robo. Costume 5 is the Soldier suit, from Chibi-Robo Clean Sweep for Nintendo DS. Exclusive to Japan. This is also a reference to the toy soldiers that are actually seen throughout most of the Chibi-Robo games. Costume 6 is the police suit from Chibi-Robo Clean Sweep. Costume 7 is the Mario suit from Chibi-Robo Ziplash. And the last costume will be the golden Super Chibi-Robo. Lastly, his victory animations. For his victory animations, Chibi-Robo will plug himself to a plug and charge, something that Chibi-Robo does in all of his games. The second victory animation is Chibi-Robo breakdancing. This is in reference to Chibi-Robo Park Patrol for the Nintendo DS, also exclusive to Walmart for some reason. The final victory animation is Chibi-Robo cleaning up a ground and then looking at the screen, as Chibi-Robo is known to clean everything. Okay, now we're done with the details of Chibi-Robo. Let's get into the more important part of the Smash Brothers, the attacks. For Chibi-Robo's standard attack, he'll swing the Chibi Blaster in front of him and shoot little pea shooter energy, in reference to Chibi-Robo. Some people would say this should be his standard special, but I don't think so. If you have no battery, Chibi-Robo will just swing the blaster and nothing will happen. For his dash attack, he will trip and do a headbutt. This is actually a little bit of a joke of having the plug, as some people tend to trip on a lot of plugs. This move doesn't use the battery. Chibi-Robo's side tilt is the Whiplash, where he whips his plug. This move uses battery and will lose electric current in the tipping point. Chibi-Robo's up tilt is the spoon. He will dig the spoon downwards and then scoop upwards. If you can actually sweet spot a character right next to you, you can actually bury them and then scoop them up. And if a character is already buried, you can do double damage and send them flying upward. Chibi-Robo's down tilt is the toothbrush. Also, if you keep pressing A repeatedly, you'll keep brushing the floor. This move uses battery as Chibi-Robo needs movement. If you run out of battery, this move is actually slower. For Chibi-Robo's standard aerial, he'll just spin his plug around, in reference to his hovering animation from Chibi-Robo Ziplash. Also from Ziplash will be his side aerial, which will be where he'll do this whiplash in front of him. Similar to Belmont's, this attack can also tether recover. This move also uses battery. For Chibi-Robo's back here, a backwards version of the whiplash. This move also uses battery. For Chibi-Robo's up air, Chibi-Robo will spin his plug above him. For Chibi-Robo's down air, he will do a foot stomp. This move uses no battery. For Chibi-Robo's side smash, he will pick up his plug, and then he'll toss it in front of him. This is in reference to plugging himself into other outlets in the Chibi-Robo games. For Chibi-Robo's up smash, another sign will pop on his head with a circle and a cross, the reference to no. It's different from Chibi-Robo's as this one is an attack. Chibi-Robo's down special is a downward whiplash, where Chibi-Robo will whip his plug in front of him and behind him. This move uses battery. For Chibi-Robo's grabs, he will grab with his claw arm, and attack with his other claw arm. All grab attacks use no battery. For his forward throw, he will pick up the character and then throw them. For his back throw, he'll pick them up, turn around, and then throw them. Both of which are a reference to how Chibi-Robo picks up and throws garbage. For Chibi-Robo's up throw, he will throw the opponent in air with one arm. This is actually in reference to the boombox to Chibi-Robo Park Patrol. For Chibi-Robo's down grab, Chibi-Robo will gently put the opponent down. Similar to Snake, this is also a reference to how Chibi-Robo puts down objects. And with that, we are done with the standard attacks for Chibi-Robo. Up next is the most important part of the character, the special attacks. The special attacks are all attacks done with the B button. We all know this. So I'll tell you what they are. For Chibi-Robo's standard special, he will pick up an item or a projectile and put it in his head. This move is exactly like Villager and Isabelle's standard special. However, I'll be calling this move Collect. The Kirby hat for the standard special is the Chibi-Robo head. And yes, Kirby will be able to put stuff in that head. This move uses no battery. For Chibi-Robo's side special, it is the Vacuum Gadget. This move is from Chibi-Robo Clean Sweep as well as returning in Chibi-Robo Photo Finder. Chibi-Robo will dash around the stage and suck up any grounded projectiles. This includes mines and items. And if you hit a character, you can even vacuum up items that are attached to them, such as the Bunny Hood and the Mother Badge. They will not be attached to Chibi-Robo, however. If you do this attack in the air, you will go in a downwards diagonal. If you do this attack with no battery, Chibi-Robo will have a hard time moving, and you cannot vacuum up grounded projectiles. Chibi-Robo's up special is the Chibi-Copter. This move is from Chibi-Robo Plug Into Adventure. This move is similar to King K. Rool's, however it doesn't go as high. And unlike King K. Rool's, you can choose whether or not to fully descend. However, ascending and descending does drain battery. If this move has no battery, Chibi-Robo will only go half as high and will go into free fall. The most important thing about the Chibi-Copter is that if you're descending, it'll also drain your battery. So it's very important you eventually stop descending, or else Chibi-Robo will be in more danger. And finally, Chibi-Robo's down special, which will be the Ziplash from Chibi-Robo Ziplash. By pressing down B, Chibi-Robo will charge and then swing his plug around him. This attack will only activate if you fully charge the down B. By letting go of the down B, you will cancel the attack. Once when the attack is fully charged, you can choose whatever direction Chibi-Robo's plug will shoot. If it hits solid ground or a wall, it'll ricochet off of it. The length of the plug is as long as Final Destination. This move can be somewhat similar to Piranha Plants. If you do this attack in the air, Chibi-Robo will go into a light hover, so he will not fall as fast. However, that is only if he has enough battery. If Chibi-Robo does this without any battery, Chibi-Robo will no longer have any hover ability, and it will only go as half as far as Final Destination. This attack will also attack enemies that try to come near you when you're spinning the plug. And now we enter the final part of the video. The Final Smash. Chibi-Robo's Final Smash is Mega Chibi-Robo from Chibi-Robo Ziplash. A lot of you wouldn't know what this move is because, you've never played Chibi-Robo Ziplash, because nobody liked Chibi-Robo Ziplash. Why did I use this Chibi-Robo instead of Giga-Robo, you're probably asking? Well, in all honesty, Giga-Robo doesn't really do much in the Chibi-Robo games. You just see him walk and then ride a swing, and then give you infinite battery. Chibi-Robo will go into a ship, and in the background, Mega Chibi-Robo will appear. You'll have a reticle to choose where you can punch. It's similar to the Giga Bowser Final Smash. There will also be a timer on your battery. The battery will go up to 999 and will eventually go down to 0. However, after the Final Smash is over, Chibi-Robo will go back to 100% battery. Now, Chibi-Robo's chances in Smash are very, very slim in my honest opinion. Considering that Skip really wanted Chibi-Robo Ziplash to succeed only for it to fail, this might be the very end of Chibi-Robo, and I don't think he'll be able to join Smash Brothers. And I don't think Chibi-Robo really has a chance. But then again, who's to say this is the end of Chibi-Robo? Maybe one day when we get a new Chibi-Robo game and it's a massive success, Chibi-Robo will finally return. Thanks for watching Set for Smash. This is going to be one of the new series that are on this channel, and if you're curious about the other kind of content I make, you can also subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. If you want to support this channel and help make content move faster, there's a link in the description sending you to my Patreon. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time for the next newcomer.
NANI?
Hello, welcome to Set for Smash Moveset Concept, and today I want to talk about two of my favorite characters from one of my favorite games on the Switch, Rex and Pyra, and how they would work for Super Smash Bros. Rex and Pyra first originated in 2017 in the game Xenoblade Chronicles 2, a sequel to Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Rex is a salvager who comes across the legendary blade, the Aegis, who happens to be Pyra, and together with other blades and drivers, they must head to Elysium. That's all I can say really for the plot, because honestly, I don't want to spoil the game. You should try it out for yourself. Also, get the Torna DLC. To better get the details on how Rex is going to be designed in Smash Bros., I'll be using a comparison to Rex, as Shulk will be designed as a pseudo-clone, similar to Isabelle and Villager and Mario and Luigi, with the difference being Rex is actually shorter than Shulk, with Pyra actually having Shulk's same height. Rex will actually be somewhat faster than Shulk, as well as his attacks and smash power will be at least stronger. This is because Rex does not have the art ability just like Shulk. He actually has something very unique. There will be some similarities, such as the same jumping height, as well as some moves I'll be going to detail later on in the video. The series symbol is obviously the Xenoblade Chronicles symbol. I was thinking it should be a unique symbol, but I want to keep these guys connected to the canonical games. When Rex enters a stage, he'll actually come from above the stage. This is a reference to how Rex always comes out of a salvaging mission. For Rex's taunts, there'll be actually two unique taunts, one for Rex and one for Pyra. Just like Little Mac with Doc Lewis, it'll either be Rex or the rare occasion Pyra saying the taunt, as Pyra will be in the background of the stage. More on that later. For the first taunt, Rex will raise his fist in the air and say, "Ready for action!" while Pyra will shout out,
"You can do it, Rex!"
For the second taunt, Azurta will actually come out of the helmet and say a few things to Rex.
Stay on your guard.
For the third taunt, Rex will actually bring out the Aegis Blade, his main weapon in the game, and say,
Let's show him a thing or three.
or Rex will do the animation and Pyra say,
We can do this together!
the victory theme is actually the battle music, Battle. Rex and Pyra's ability is their affinity. As mentioned before, Pyra will be in the background, similar to Pokemon Trainer. Depending on how close or how far you are from Pyra with Rex, Rex's attacks will actually have high damage or high knockback, depending on the move. So the farther away from you are from Pyra, the less damage you'll do. The longer you are closer to Pyra, the more stronger you'll become, on par with Shulk having full Buster in Smash mode. But if you're too far from Pyra, Rex's power will be similar to default Shulk. For Rex's costumes, his first one will be his default design with Rex and Pyra. Color design 2 will be based off Mia and Dromok. Palette 3 will be based off Tora and Poppy. The fourth one is Morag and Brigid. The fifth one is Zeke and Pandoria. The sixth one is Adam and Mithra. The seventh one is a unique costume with Rex in his swimsuit attire and Pyra in her swimsuit attire. The final one is Rex in a white armor, while Pyra is with light green hair and also white armor. I'd go into more detail about this, but that's spoiler territory. Sakurai did this for Byleth as well. For the victory animations, Rex will put his blade away and look at the camera. Rex will say,
Yeah! No one can stop us now!
or on occasion, Pyra will say.
I wield this power to protect those I love!
The second victory animation, Rex takes out his blade and poses. Rex will say,
I think there's room for improvement, don't you?
and Pyra will say.
I hope my fire can live up to yours!
And for the final victory animation, Rex and Pyra will both be looking away from the camera, looking beyond in the background. This is actually a reference to the game menu. Rex will actually have a unique dialogue where he'll say, I'll take you to Elysium, Pyra. Salvage is honor. And Pyra will say,
The world is so beautiful.
moving on to standard attacks, let's talk about, well, his standard attack. Rex will start off his attack with a left punch, the one that has the anchor shot arm. Then he'll bring out the Aegis Blade with a one-handed swing, ending it with a two-handed swing. His dash attack is a downward sword slash, similar to this animation. His side tilt is a similar sword slash to Shulk. His up tilt is also similar to Shulk. The down tilt is actually unique as it's a downward kick. Believe it or not, the boots that he wears also have cleats in them for heavy attacking, meaning this will have some high damage to them. Standard aerial will be similar to Shulk's, only stronger since it'll be double-handed. His forward aerial, just like his standard aerial, it'll be similar to Shulk's, only two-handed. The back aerial is actually a back kick, and if you can actually sweet spot it, you can actually do high damage on the heel. The up aerial will be similar to Shulk's as well as the down aerial. For Rex's grab, he'll grab with only one hand and then do a knee jab. For his forward throw, Rex will do a one-handed slash. For his back throw, he'll actually do a spin kick. For his up throw, it'll actually be similar to Shulk's. And for his down throw, he will toss the enemy to the ground and do a two-handed hit stab downwards. For Rex's side smash, he'll actually do a similar animation to Shulk's. Only different being that it's on fire. His up smash is similar to Shulk's, only difference being that it has an explosive range of flames. His down smash is similar to Shulk's, only difference being it's actually stronger and will only do one spin around the stage. For the special attacks, I'm going to save the standard special for last at this moment. So I'm going to talk about the side special, which is the Anchor Shot. By pressing side B, you'll activate Anchor Shot automatically in front of you. This attack can grab items and pull them towards Rex, and he'll automatically pick them up. Similar to Rosalina's down special. If you catch an enemy, they will come straight to you, and Rex will automatically do his forward throw animation, as that's what that attack is based on. The Anchor Shot can also tether recover. For Rex's up special, it's the double spinning edge. This is a mixture between Shulk's up B and Link's up B. As pressing B will have him jump up twice, but he'll do the spinning animation similar to Link's. It's not really that great for recovery though, but it is great against edge guarders. For Rex's down special, it's a little unique, as there are two versions of it, when he's on the ground and when he's in the air. When he's in the ground, it'll be the sword bash. With this move, Rex will actually charge up and then dash into enemies. Similar to Byleth's down B, there is no way to get out of this animation, but it can do some heavy damage. As for his down B in the air, it'll be the rolling smash, which is a combination of Zero Suit Samus and Bowser's down B. Rex will do an upward jump and then automatically slam down. This can cause a meteor and self-destruct, depending on how well you can use it. There's also a great way to get into a quick escape and then do a counterattack. And finally, I gotta talk about the standard special. Now, this moveset is called Rex and Pyra, yet Pyra really doesn't do anything besides give Rex affinity. This is somewhat of a continuation of the special ability, as affinity not only boosts your attack power, it'll also boost your standard special. And that's what this standard special is, Special Blade Arts. A meter is shown next to Rex and Pyra, the same one that is actually seen in the Xenoblade Chronicles games. It'll also have a little red bar going around it. This is actually the affinity meter. Depending on how close you are or far away from Pyra, this actually depends on how high your affinity will go up. If you're too far from Pyra, the affinity will go up 1% every second. If you're close to Pyra, the affinity will go up every 2% for every second. This isn't the only way to also boost affinity. All of Rex's attacks have a unique way of gaining affinity boost. They only work as the following. For starters, you have to successfully hit an enemy with an attack. If you hit him with a standard or aerial attack, your affinity will go up by 5%. If you hit a person with a smash attack, your affinity will go up by 10%. For pummels into a grab, it'll only do 2%, so that's not super broken. But throwing will give you an extra 5%. All special attacks, excluding the standard special, will give you a 25% boost to your affinity, with the difference being double spinning edge having a more unique one, as the first hit will give you 10% and the second adding a 15%. Once when you have 100% affinity, it'll show a special number. It'll show numbers 1 through 4, and I'll be going into detail about which numbers do. The level 1 special art is Flame Nova. Pyra will appear and it will act like a vacuum, absorbing any characters who come close, and will do a small explosion. It has a bit of slow startup, but it does some good damage, and some good knockback. The level 2 is Prominence Revolt. Pyra will appear and then slam the blade into the ground, shooting a few pillars of flame. They're not powerful, but they definitely will do some good knockback. The level 3 is Blazing End. Pyra will then throw the Aegis Blade and it will spin to a circle, trapping foes into it. This one actually has the least amount of knockback, but does massive damage. And finally, the level 4, which is Burning Sword, the most powerful special art that Rex and Pyra could use. This is actually also their most powerful attack. They'll cleave all foes with a giant sword of flame that detonates on impact. Burning Sword also has a lot of height. It goes into a giant upward pillar, meaning it doesn't really have a good hit rate, but if you get caught in it, you're in a lot of trouble, as this can do damage and knockback on par with Roy's standard special, at full power. But here's a good question. What would happen if you used your special art with no affinity? Well, you actually do a unique attack, and it's actually shown in the cutscenes of the game. It won't involve Pyra, but actually Rex. I'll be calling this move Flame Slash, as Rex will actually swing the blade, causing a projectile flame slash, similar to Cloud's standard special, coming at the foe. Note this is a projectile, and characters can deflect it, so be careful. If you hit a character with this foe, this will also give Rex the 25% affinity boost. Rex and Pyra's final smash, another character appears. That character being Mithra. And a lot of people are probably going to be mad at me for saying this, but yes, Mithra would be the final smash. This actually makes a lot of sense though, however, as Mithra is the most powerful blade in the world. She is the Aegis. So how the final smash works is that she'll appear in front of Rex and do the Photon Slash attack. This can actually grab up to 3 opponents, sending them into a animation. And then Rex and Mithra will come together using their most powerful attack, Sacred Arrow, which will cause beams of light to shoot down on your foes. Now my thoughts on Rex and Pyra being a smash are actually very high, whether it's the new DLC Pact 2 since they announced an arms rep, or in the next game, as honestly, if Rex and Pyra don't even make it into the next Smash Brothers, that's going to be a shocker, as they've proven to be very popular characters to be chosen for the next representation. And honestly, I am super excited to see what that is like. Thank you all for watching Set for Smash. Don't forget to check out my last video on Chibi-Robo. And if you want to see more of my content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. You can also check out my other content like my Abridged series, Go No Go, and AngelStar. Thank you all so much for watching, and tune into the next character, who I think a lot of people will be mixed on.
Without the shard to protect them, Our people are at the mercy of those fiends. You must go, my son.
I will, Father. In the name of the blood we share, it shall be done.
Hello, welcome to Set for Smash Moveset Concept. And today is a polarizing character people think should and should not join the battle. And that character is Prince Euden. Prince Euden first debuted in the 2017 game Dragalia Lost, which is Nintendo's first original mobile IP. Euden is the 7th scion of the royal Alberian family. However, an unknown creature called the Other has taken control of his father and sister Zethia and is ruling over his kingdom under the new name the Draenor Empire, and has labeled Euden as the traitorous prince, which should be his title for boxing ring, if you're wondering. Euden must unite with a bunch of interesting, yet also strange characters and make pacts with tons of dragons in order to bring peace to Alberia, depending if you get a good lucky summon, that is. To get this detail out of the way, yes, Euden is an anime sword fighter in a way. However, there are unique types of sword fighters in Smash Bros. There are, in my opinion, 3 different types of sword fighters in Smash. There are the light sword fighters, who use their attacks for mostly high damage. There are the heavy-hitting sword fighters, who specialize in heavy-hitting attacks. And then there are the balanced sword fighters, and the best example for this is Link. Link has a proper balance of attacks that do fair amounts of damage and knockback, which is the style I'm going for Euden, being a balanced sword fighter, having a fair amount of attacks that do damage and some attacks that do good knockback. There are 2 different types of heights I think that could work for Euden, one of which is his in-game cutscene design, which has the more anime-esque style, which is actually on par with the height of Pit, and then there's the in-game chibi style, which is used for gameplay, which is a height style on par with Toon Link. Note, these heights will not affect the moveset that I have designed for him. These are just concepts of how Euden will look and fight in Super Smash Bros. His speed range is a little on par with most standard characters, and of course having 2 jumps. When Euden appears in the stage, a sword will appear first and then Euden will pick it up. This is a reference to the characters you get from the Summon Showcase. The series symbol for Dragalia Lost is the Alberian flag, which is a symbol of the dragon. They use this symbol quite a lot, especially for character reveals who are part of the Alberian army. For his first taunt, he will raise his fist in the air and say, "On me!" For his second taunt, the pixie character Not will appear and say,
"You got this!"
And for his down taunt, he will swing his sword downwards and say,
For Alberia!
And that's all I'm going to talk about now for the details on Euden. You'll find out more later on in the video. Moving on to his standard attacks, his standard A will be a 1-2 slash, and then he will slash upward. For his dash attack, he will do a strong swing. This actually does have a good chance of high knockback, depending on how high the damage is. For his side tilt, he will do a downward swing. For his up tilt, he will swing his sword at an upward angle. And for his down tilt, he will do a downward slash while ducking. For his standard aerial, he will actually spin with the sword in front of him, similar to Sonic's aerial in a way, and it does some good combo damage. For his forward aerial, he will slash upwards. For his back aerial, he stabs his sword backwards. His up aerial will be a upward slash, and for his down aerial, he will slam downwards and hit the ground. This move can also have a good chance of spiking or self-destructing, depending on your skill level. When Euden grabs, he will grab one-handed and hit characters with the hilt of his sword. For his forward throw, he will kick the enemy forward. For his back throw, he will toss him. For his upward throw, he'll stab him in the air. And for his down throw, he will slam him into the ground, and causing him to jump upwards. For Euden's side smash, he will do a powerful slash that also move him a little close. However, he won't be alone doing this attack, as the character Elisane will appear and do a spear thrust next to him. For his up smash, Euden will raise his sword in the air, while another character from Dragalia Lost, a Sylva named Luca, shoot a powerful arrow upwards. And for his down smash, Euden will slam his sword to the ground in one side, while another ally of his named Ranzel slams his axe into the ground beside him. In case you're wondering why these 3 characters are appearing, I'll wait until I explain in the special attacks. So let's start off with the easiest one out of the way, his standard special, which is Blazing Circlet. As the name of the move describes, Euden will swing his sword in a blazing circlet. This move has some pretty good knockback. Not only that, it'll give Euden super armor for certain attacks, and deactivate projectiles, not deflect. It'll destroy certain projectiles, such as arrows, fireballs, and even charge beams. When the attack is about to start and end is usually the best time for attacking, as this move has a bit of a slow up start. For Euden's side special, it's Ally Support. Remember when I told you that Euden has 3 allies? Well, this is actually part of his moveset and ability. When you see on top of his damage meter, there are actually 4 unique types of energy bars, 3 square ones, and a meter which I'll explain later. The square ones are actually support meters. These meters start off full automatically, and they go in a set order depending on which one is already full at the moment. The first support character is Elisane, and she will use the move Brave Bastion, which is a little different from the actual game. Elisane will do a spear dive trying to hit foes. The second support is Ranzel with Tornado Bash. Ranzel will spin in a tornado-like attack, and characters will be caught in combo damage. At the end of the attack, Ranzel will slam down his axe, causing some good knockback. And finally, he is Luca's Radiant Bond, who will shoot powerful arrows from a distance. Not only will these characters assist Euden, but at the end of these ally support attacks, they will also give Euden a stat boost, with Elisane giving Euden higher attack, Ranzel giving Euden high defense, and Luca giving him high speed. This is mostly because in Dragalia Lost, there are a lot of status updating abilities, but I didn't want to make it so super broken or super complicated. These stat boosts help Euden to become a more powerful character, making it so that he actually has some good fight on his own. For Euden's up special, it's Exalted Fire, the second ability that he actually has. Euden will jump upwards and do a slash in front of him, shooting a flaming projectile. It's somewhat similar to Robin's up B, only difference is he jumps first and then he gets a second jump when he does the slash. What makes this one interesting though is you can actually shoot it in 3 different angles, in front of Euden, under Euden, and diagonally towards Euden, depending on the direction of where you're aiming. Just note, you will be pushed a little back after shooting Exalted Fire, so if you accidentally shoot it off the edge, you're going into the free fall. And lastly, Euden's down special, which is called Dragon Haste. Dragon Haste is an ability sword wielders have in Dragalia Lost. This actually gives them a boost of energy to eventually go into dragon form, which is of course that meter I was mentioning before. By pressing down B, Euden will charge the meter on his own, somewhat similar to Cloud's down B limit break. Once when the meter is fully charged, you can make this decision on your own. By pressing down B again, Euden will become a totally different character entirely.
I hear you're venging, child of man. Now prove that your feeble flesh can withstand the dragon's supreme might.
Euden will become the Windworm Midgardsormer, the first dragon you make a pact with in Dragalia Lost. As he is the first dragon you obtain in the game, he makes the most importance of the series, similar to Joker and Arsene. So, we're going back into the details, this time with Midgardsormer. Midgardsormer has quite a lot going for him. For starters, he is the tallest character in Super Smash Bros. I'm not talking Giga Bowser high, but definitely taller than the tallest character right now, Ridley and King K. Rool. And people thought Ridley was too big for Smash. Since Midgardsormer is a dragon, he will have 4 jumps. He turns also into a midway character into a heavyweight character. Midgardsormer is more powerful than Euden. Not only that, when in dragon form, Euden takes no damage whatsoever, meaning that Midgardsormer has super armor throughout the entirety of the transformation. In case you're wondering how long it lasts, it normally lasts as long as Joker's Arsene, maybe even less. However, to make sure this isn't completely broken, there are a few things to know. For starters, Midgardsormer is incapable of doing smash attacks, shielding, grabbing, or dodging. So if you try to do a smash attack, it'll automatically be his tilt attacks. Also, when you attack Midgardsormer, you will actually do damage to his meter. Depleting it completely can take around 2 powerful smash attacks, from maybe Bowser or Ganondorf. Meaning if you get Midgardsormer, there's a good chance that you can also lose out on the ability to use him at all. It's a good chance for you to keep away and do some small damage, or you can go head first and take him on. I should also note when Euden transforms into Midgardsormer, there is a hitbox during the transformation. This is also true in the game. Midgardsormer will only have 1 taunt similar to Snake's, which he'll just roar like the dragon he is. For Euden's victory theme, it'll be the clear theme from Dragalia Lost. However, there will be a bonus theme after it, which I like to call the Results theme. Both Cloud and Joker also have unique Results themes, so I thought this would be a little fun thing to add for certain characters. His Results theme is the same one in Dragalia Lost. The first costumes for Euden and Midgardsormer are their default designs. The second ones will give Euden a darker yellow hair with a blue attire in reference to the character Elisane, while Midgardsormer will be blue in referencing the water worm Mercury. The third costume will give Euden brown hair and a yellow-brownish attire, in reference to the other ally you get, Ranzel. Midgardsormer will be pure red in reference to the flame worm Brynhilda. The fourth costume will give Euden light green hair with a gray-black attire, referencing the Sylvan Luca, while Midgardsormer will be light yellow, referencing the light worm Jupiter. Costume 5 will give Euden purple hair with a black-purple attire, referencing best character in Dragalia Lost, Cleo, while Midgardsormer will have a gray-purple design based off the shadow worm Zodiark. Costume 6 is a little more unique, giving him pink hair with a light green attire. This is a reference to the fairy, Noct, who's been with Prince Euden for a long time, and his sister, Zethia. Midgardsormer will have a black-purple color design in reference to the fiends, creatures that are in the Dragalia Lost series. It could also be a reference to the Void Dragons. More on that if you play the game. The seventh is an alternate outfit, which is the Gala Prince outfit. And just like Euden, Midgardsormer will also get an alternate outfit, which is the High Midgardsormer form. And the eighth costume will be a black version of the Gala Prince, referencing Emperor Zenthia of the Draenor Empire. Midgardsormer will keep his High Midgardsormer form, only he will be fully gray. This is a reference to the sixth worm from the story, Synthonius. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. His victory animation will be his clear screen from the game. The second one will be his Gala version. For his final victory animation, Euden will transform into Midgardsormer, and Midgardsormer will let out a giant roar. He'll then do a pose in front of the camera after the victory animation is done. Now moving on to Midgardsormer's standard attacks. Standard will be a 1-2 claw swipe and then a wing slash. His dash attack will have him running and then doing a headbutt. His side tilt will be a tail swipe. For his up tilt, he'll slash his wing upward. For his down tilt, he will spin in a circle. For his standard aerial, he'll spread out his arms, legs, and wings out open. For his forward aerial, he'll do a claw swipe. While his back aerial, he'll do a backwards tail whip. This can cause spiking. His upward aerial will cause him to flap his wings upward, the wings of course causing damage. This would also send him slightly upwards like King Karul's up air. It has lag as well. And for his down air, he will slam down to the ground. This move also can cause spiking as well, and self-destruct. I should also let you know, if you self-destruct as Midgardsormer, you will turn back into Euden. For Midgardsormer's special attacks, they are somewhat similar to Euden's, only more powerful, with the exception of the side special. So for his standard special, it is Tail Tornado. It's just like Blazing Circlet, only bigger and more powerful. Euden's Kirby hat will be his hair. Midgardsormer will be the only Smash Bros. Character to not have a Kirby hat, due to his size. For his side special, I call it Tornado Breath. Since Midgardsormer is a wind dragon, he shoots a ball of wind in a downward diagonal, somewhat similar to Robin's Arc Fire. When this ball of energy hits the ground, it'll unleash a small tornado that does slashing damage, and could also blow foes away. For Midgardsormer's up special, it's called Trident Tempest. Midgardsormer will jump upward and then shoot 3 tornadoes in a downward angle. Though since Midgardsormer doesn't have any knockback whatsoever with his super armor, this is more for attacking purposes. And just like Cloud, your down special will change when you're Midgardsormer, which is called Calamitous Storm. Depending on how much meter you have left as Midgardsormer, he will unleash a big blast of energy. This is actually a reference to the Advanced Dragon Trials, which are total bullcrap. Sorry, a little bit of a rant there. Anywho, this move is similar to the hero's Magic Blast attack. Only you only have one chance of doing it, and after you use it, you automatically turn back into Euden. For Euden and Midgardsormer's final smash, depending on who you are, it'll automatically turn the character into Euden. Euden will use his Gala version attack, Rising Circlet. Anyone caught in the move will be sent into a cinematic. This move can catch up to 3 characters. Euden will appear with the other Great Worm Dragons, not just Midgardsormer, but also Mercury, Brunhilde, Jupiter, and Zodiark. Euden then will use his other Gala attack, Exalted Glory. The difference being the other Great Worm Dragons help out with the attack by shooting their elemental blasts at the foe, causing an elemental tornado to appear at the foes. Sakurai tends to do an over-the-top version of certain moves. You can see this in Incineroar and Byleth versions of their final smash. So, in honor of Smash, I call this version Exalted Glory Dragalia. Now for my regards in Euden and Smash, I think his chances are extremely high. In fact, since there hasn't been any spirits whatsoever from Dragalia Lost, and since Cygames is credited in Smash Ultimate, as well as there being events regarding both Fire Emblem, Mega Man, and Monster Hunter, 3 series that are in Smash Ultimate, I think Euden could be one of the 6 DLC characters from Smash Ultimate. If he isn't a DLC fighter, or by then, I think he has a chance next Smash game, as Dragalia Lost has a good fan base. Sure, it's not as popular as Fire Emblem Heroes, but I still say Dragalia Lost has quite the fan base, with myself included. That's why I kinda wanted to make this moveset, because I am a fan of Dragalia Lost and I would love to see him join Smash Brothers. And that is why I made this moveset concept. Thank you so much for watching Set for Smash. And if you're curious about the previous characters I've done, there's a playlist at the end of this video, and link in the description. And you can also check out some of my other stuff. I'm still testing out the waters on all this new content I'm making, but I'm really glad that I've been doing this as I want to make tons of variety on my channel. So if you want to help expand this channel, just like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. And tune in next time for the next character. Hello, welcome to Set for Smash Moveset Concept, and today's character is from the Pokemon series. Not just any type of Pokemon character, but the Pokemon Champion. Champion Leon from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Leon is the undefeated Pokemon Champion of the Galar region. He's basically the Pokemon equivalent to a final boss, and he'll only take on the best of the best. However, in this situation, Leon has decided to take on the champions of Super Smash Bros. Here are the details about Leon. Leon is a Pokemon Trainer character, just like, well, Pokemon Trainer. So he will have 3 specific Pokemon he will be using in the battle. I decided on these 3 Pokemon: Scorbunny, Aegislash, and Dragapult. Here's why I chose these 3 Pokemon. I decided to choose the Pokemon based on the following: popularity and Pokemon that Leon actually uses in the games. Dragapult is a popular Pokemon amongst everyone in the Galar region, and according to the Google's popular Pokemon votes, though a lot of people are probably wondering why I chose Scorbunny over Cinderace, and though he never really uses a Scorbunny in his team, Leon actually does have a Cinderace if you choose Grookey as your starter Pokemon. That's because Leon's team also has one of the starter Pokemon that you get at the beginning of the game, the one that neither you or Hop chooses. And I wanted to reflect that by letting Scorbunny join the battle. And as for Aegislash, come on, it's Pokemon Sword and Shield. Kind of makes sense if you think about it. Moving along to the heights of the characters, first Scorbunny would be the smallest, on par with Pikachu. Aegislash would be on par with most Sword Fighter heights, and Dragapult would hog up to 4 blocks but not use the whole spot, similar to Charizard, as he is probably the bigger of the bunch. Comparing the stats between one another, Scorbunny's is actually the lightest of the bunch, Aegislash is the heaviest of the bunch, and Dragapult is the midweight, on account of he is a very light flyer. Scorbunny is pretty much a lightweight and is pretty much the fastest character of the bunch, with the highest amount of jump ability. Aegislash is also the heaviest and the slowest of the bunch, with the lowest jumping ability, while Dragapult has a balance between his weight and his height. And Dragapult has a balance of speed and jump ability. All of them are capable of only doing 2 jumps. Each character also has a unique specialty toward them. Scorbunny can wall jump, Aegislash can actually deflect attacks with his shield when standing idle, like Link or the hero, and Dragapult is capable of crawling. Also, Leon would be taller than Pokemon Trainer, probably with a on-par height with Ike. The series symbol is obviously the Pokeball. Their entrance animation is of course being summoned from the Pokeball by Champion Leon. For the character's taunts, Scorbunny will jump on high and cheer. Aegislash will go into a shield stance and then back to normal, and Dreepy will fly around in a circle similar to Charizard's taunt. Their second taunt, Scorbunny will do an arm pose, Aegislash will pick its body up and then raise its body high up in the air like a sword, because he is a sword, and Dragapult will actually have Dreepy's flying around him, and then going back into its cannon areas. And their third taunt, Scorbunny will actually wipe its feet. Aegislash will use its shield to sharpen up its blade, and Dragapult will shake its tail. Leon will of course be cheering on his Pokemon, and for one of the special taunts he'll actually do his iconic pose. For their costumes, the first one is their default designs. For the other costumes, Leon will actually be wearing the attire based off the other gyms, while the Pokemon will have the colors based off the gym types. First being Grass, Water, Fire, Fairy, a color palette based off Team Yell, and for a fun one, I actually did one based off Raihan, with Scorbunny having color palette inspired by Goodra, Aegislash being inspired by Turtonator, and Dragapult being based off Duraludon. The final one is the Battle Frontier outfit with the Pokemon in their shiny forms. For the victory animations, Leon will do his iconic pose, and the Pokemon will actually do a victory pose with them. For his second victory animation, he'll throw his hat in the air, they're behind him. It's somewhat similar to Terry Bogard. As something a little fun, the other Pokemon will try catching the hat. The final victory animation, it'll be an interactive one depending on the Pokemon. For Scorbunny, both Leon and Scorbunny will do a fist bump. For Aegislash, he'll actually pick up Aegislash and raise him in the air, and then put him back down. And for Dragapult, he'll wrap himself around Leon, and Leon will just give him a nice pat in the head. Moving on to the standard attacks, I'll be talking about each character in a specific order, by Scorbunny, Aegislash, and Dragapult. Starting with their jabs, Scorbunny's will be a 1-2 punch and then will do a kick. Aegislash will swing himself twice. Dragapult will try swiping its claws, and then the Dreepies will come in doing slashing combos. For the dash, Scorbunny will do a drop kick. Aegislash will slam his blade body in front of him. Dragapult will spin. For the side tilt, Scorbunny will do a kick. Aegislash will do a shield bash, which will also negate projectiles, and Dragapult will have a Dreepy come in and go back, like a boomerang. For their up tilt, Scorbunny will do a headbutt, Aegislash will do a claw swipe, similar to Shadow Claw, and Dragapult will swipe its head upward. The down tilt, Scorbunny will do a spin kick, Aegislash will thrust his body forward, blade first, Dragapult will swipe his tail. For the standard aerials, Scorbunny will actually do a split kick in the air, Aegislash will swing his blade body in a singular swing, and Dragapult will have his Dreepies fly around him. For the forward aerial, Scorbunny will do a spin kick, Aegislash will do a claw swipe, Dragapult will do a spin similar to Sonic's. For the back aerial, Scorbunny will do a back kick, Aegislash will do a downward slash that could spike, and Dragapult will swing his tail upwards. For their up airs, Scorbunny will do an upward spin kick, Aegislash will bash his shield upwards, protecting him from downward projectiles, and Dragapult will have Dreepies appear and start biting above. For their down aerials, Scorbunny will do a foot stomp, similar to Dr. Mario's, Aegislash will fall straight downwards, sword first, that could also spike and self-destruct, and Dragapult will do a downward bite and then swing his tail under, also causing spiking. For their grabs, Scorbunny will grab two-handed and hit characters with a headbutt. For Aegislash, he'll grab with one hand and use the hand with his shield to bash his foes in. And for Dragapult, he'll constrict characters with his tail, and the Dreepies will attack their opponents. For their forward throws, Scorbunny kicks their foe, Aegislash throws them, and Dragapult actually launches two Dreepies at the foe, giving him farther launch. Scorbunny's back throw is similar to Pikachu's. Aegislash will spin them behind and bash him with a shield. Dragapult will swing his tail behind him, throwing the foe. For their up throws, Scorbunny will do an upward headbutt, Aegislash will slash the foe upwards, and Dragapult will launch his Dreepies upwards, with the foe. For the down throw, Scorbunny will stomp on them, Aegislash will sword stab them downwards, and Dragapult will do a downward tail smack at the foe. For their side smash, Scorbunny will do a roundhouse kick, Aegislash will do a powerful shield bash, and Dragapult will launch two Dreepies at once and he'll come back at them. For the up smash, Scorbunny would do an upwards kick, Aegislash will do an upward stab, and Dragapult will launch two Dreepies at once above him. For the down smash, Scorbunny will do a spark stomp. As he slams into the ground, fire will come around him. Aegislash's down smash will be similar to Cloud's, and Dragapult will spin his tail around him. With the special attacks, each of them represents what character specializes in. Scorbunny specializes in up and close and running away attacks, Aegislash is all about up close and personal attacking, while Dragapult is all about distancing. So starting with Scorbunny's standard special, it'll be Ember. This move works differently than other Ember attacks, as Scorbunny actually kicks and makes a spark of fire appear from his feet. It's actually similar to Terry's Power Wave in the air, only Scorbunny uses it all the time, whether airborne or on the ground. Aegislash's standard special is its signature move, King Shield. Aegislash will go into a full-fledged defensive mode, deflecting projectiles and even negating attacks. The only thing it doesn't negate to is grabs. Dragapult is its signature move, Dragon Darts. By pressing the move repeatedly, you'll shoot one Dreepy at a time, but if you press and hold it, you'll shoot both of them at once, leading to a powerful shot. Though you can't use this move again until the Dreepies return to Dragapult. The Kirby hats for these characters are the following. Scorbunny's is his ears, Aegislash is the hilt of his head, with the shield behind him, and Dragapult is his launcher face. For the side specials, Scorbunny's is Flame Charge. By charging this move, Scorbunny will actually start hopping around his feet a little faster, and when you let go, you'll do a flaming dash. If you do this move in the air, Scorbunny will automatically do the dash. You cannot charge it in the air. Aegislash's side special is Sacred Sword. This is the most powerful move the team has, as it's similar to Byleth's Down B. Aegislash charges his sword upward in the air, and then charges it slam down on in front of him. There's no way to escape this animation, you have to go through it towards the very end. Aegislash will have super armor in this attack. For Dragapult's side special, it's Lock On. This move works somewhat similarly to Palutena's Auto Reticle. However, a reticle will stay within the position who is closest to Dragapult. Any attacks that use Dreepies will automatically lock onto them for a certain amount of time. The reticle will disappear on its own if left unused. For their up specials, Scorbunny's is Blaze Kick. As the move implies, Scorbunny will kick upwards with a blazing kick. Aegislash's up special is Brutal Swing. Aegislash will hold the hilt of his head and spin 3 times upwards in the air. It's a powerful version of Link's up air. And Dragapult's up air is the Dragon Rush. It's similar to Ridley's, only it charges quicker and you can shoot any direction you want to. And of course the down special is Pokemon Switch, where you'll switch between both Scorbunny, Aegislash, then Dragapult, then back to Scorbunny. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering why I wouldn't use Charizard for this moveset, but then there are obvious reasons why I didn't use Charizard for this moveset. I still wanted to use Charizard for this moveset, but I didn't know how until I remembered what makes the Galar region so special. So, for his final smash, Leon will actually return the Pokemon into his Pokeball and summon his partner in Gigantamax form, which is the Gigantamax Charizard. Gigantamax Charizard will appear in the background and then he will use Max Flare. The move is similar to Lucario's final smash, as he'll shoot a giant beam of fire down to the ground. And you can also move the direction where the flames are going. Gigantamax Charizard will return into its Pokeball and he'll summon the Pokemon you used previously. The thought of a 8th gen Pokemon being in Smash is not really unreasonable. Controversy aside, I actually think Pokemon Sword and Shield has some of my favorite Pokemon designs of all time. Hence why I made this moveset for Leon to have 3 Pokemon, though one of which are not really from Galar. It best represents Pokemon Sword and Shield. Leon being in Smash is possible, but I don't know if he would be best represented, though comparing to other Pokemon that could be in Smash on their own, it's really hard to tell which Pokemon Sakurai will choose, whether it be a singular Pokemon, or even a Pokemon champion like Leon. And honestly, I would actually love to do a moveset concept for another Pokemon champion that is also pretty popular. But who knows? If it's another Pokemon from Generation 8, it should be in the Fighter Pass, but if not, it could be from the next game and it could be a Gen 9 Pokemon. Pokemon are probably the hardest thing to add in Smash Bros. Due to how many there are. And Generation 8 has some of my favorite designed Pokemon. I mean, Felix is one of my all-time favorites in this region, and I would love to do a moveset for him as well. But until then, thank you for watching Set for Smash, and if you want to keep supporting this channel, just like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. I'll be taking a break from these moveset concepts, but just note that's not the end of the videos. I'll also be doing some fun little short videos for Set for Smash that will involve different types of concepts. But until then, tune in next time for the next moveset concept.
It's my
Hello, welcome to Set for Smash Moveset Concept, and today's character is Arle Naja. Arle first debuted in 1989 in the Mado Monogatari series, which was exclusive to Japan and an RPG dungeon crawler. However, since there hasn't been a sequel since 1998, we'll be actually more referring to her more modern appearance, which was in 1991, Puyo Puyo. For those who don't know, the Puyo Puyo franchise has been vastly popular in Japan, not so much in the West, with them reskinning certain titles, making them games like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bee Machine and Kirby Avalanche. The game has actually had the franchise in the West a couple of times before, but with not too many successes, such as Puyo Pop and Puyo Pop Fever, until its most recent debut with Puyo Puyo Tetris, crossing over with another pretty well-known puzzle game, and will soon cross over with them yet again. Unlike most puzzle games like Tetris, Puyo Puyo actually has a recurring story with different characters. Arle is the main character from the early years of the Puyo Puyo franchise. She is a spellcasting warrior who learned how to cast magic using the power of Puyo Popping, and she's seen with the modern games with her cute little companion Carbuncle, who is the pet of the demon lord Satan, or as he's known in the West, the Dark Prince. Though her main role in the story has kind of changed over the years, she still helps out trying to save the world using the power of Puyos, and she's using that power of Puyos to take on Smash Brothers, and would be the first Smash Brothers character to use puzzle games in their fighting style. Moving along, let's talk about the details of Arle. Arle's not really that much tall of a character, mostly because she's a young teenager, so she is a little taller than Mario. Arle is a mid-light character with a mid-fast speed, meaning she's slightly faster than the average character. Arle's attack power is pretty average, but her knockback is actually surprisingly weak. She has an average jump height with only 2 jumps and no other movement options. The series symbol for the Puyo Puyo series is the Puyo, more importantly the green Puyo, as this one's considered like the mascot image of the Puyo Puyo franchise, reoccurring in different Puyo Puyo imagery as well as even being the main Puyo in the Puyo Puyo Twitter. Arle's victory theme is the main theme of the Puyo Puyo series, which is ironically enough, Arle's theme. This one's a unique take using a combination of the main theme from Puyo Puyo Champions with added Puyo sound effects. Arle's ability is the Puyo system, the same one that's actually used in the games. However, it'll work vastly differently from Smash Brothers. On Arle's damage meter, there'll actually appear garbage Puyos from time to time. They only appear though if you can successfully land a hit on a character. You can hold 6 garbage Puyos at a time, but they do stack up, starting up Gray Garbage Puyos, the Red Garbage Puyos, the Star Garbage Puyos, the Moon Garbage Puyos, the Crown Garbage Puyos, and of course the max level Comet Garbage Puyos. The Puyo meter is especially useful for 2 occasions. One, for certain special attacks, which I will talk about much later in this video, and also they add defense power to Arle. Considering that she is a mid-light, mid-fast character, she does not have much for defense. Depending on how much garbage Puyo you have in your meter, you can actually be weakened to certain characters' attacks and knockback ability. Of course, once when you max out to Comet, you actually have a very good chance of defenses. The defense ratio varies depending on how many garbage Puyos you have in your meter. If you get hit, you'll actually lose 1 garbage Puyo depending on what level you are. So it's all about balancing how many garbage Puyos you have in attacks, as well as how many you can actually use for battle. I should also mention, Arle won't be alone when taking on Super Smash Bros., as there is a character that's fairly similar to Arle in almost every way. And if you're familiar with the Puyo Puyo series, you know who I'm talking about.
I won't lose!
Arle won't be alone taking on Smash Brothers, as Amitie will also be joining the battle as Arle's Echo Fighter. Since Amitie will be an Echo Fighter of Arle, they will have slight differences in their abilities. Amitie first debuted in Puyo Puyo Fever, or Puyo Pop Fever in the West, in 2004, which at the time was made by Sonic Team. Sadly, that didn't work out so well. Amitie is a student of the Primp Magic School and has dreams of becoming the greatest witch in the world. She's a bit airheaded too, though there are quite a few mysteries about Amitie as well, such as she doesn't remember where she got her Puyo hat, and she actually thinks it might be alive. Don't worry, Miss Accord told her she was just thinking it all up. Or was she? I don't know, it's really confusing because of Puyo Puyo's timeline, and trust me, it's very complicated. Now back into the details, as I want to first explain this. Amitie is an Echo Fighter of Arle, so there will be quite a few similarities between both characters. Just so people know this, when I'm just referring to Arle, I'm also talking about Amitie as well. This way, so people don't get confused, because I'm talking about both characters and why they sound so similar. They're both pretty similar, both in their weight class, speed class, as well as their jumping ability, and of course having the Puyo system. What makes Amitie different from Arle is that her attacks are weaker, but her knockback is actually pretty good. This of course has a counterbalance between both characters, having a unique type of fighting style for them. This is also properly explained when I talk about their spells later on in the moveset. So moving on to taunts, I'll talk about Arle first, then Amitie. Carbuncle will do a funny little dance, and Arle will just laugh. For her second taunt, Arle will point at the foe and say, "Let's battle!" And for her third taunt, she'll do a cute little pose while snapping her finger, summoning magic. For Amitie's taunts, her first will have her give a confused expression, mostly because she's not really the smartest person in the Puyo series. For her second taunt, it'll be similar to Arle's, but she'll say, "Let's Puyo Pop!" a reference to, of course, Puyo Pop Fever. And for her final taunt, she'll actually do a happy little taunt with her fist in the air, similar to Daisy's. This is mostly because she has a similar art style that what Daisy does. For the costumes, Arle and Amitie's will of course be their default designs. For Arle's first color palette, it'll be a reference to the other third main character, Ringo. For her third color palette, it'll be a blue color palette inspired by her rival, Roulé. Her fourth color palette will give her yellow hair and a bluish-white attire in reference to her rival, Witch. Color palette 5 will give her gray hair with a dark blue attire, referencing Shezo. Color palette 6 will give her bright orange hair with a green attire, referencing Puyo Puyo Chronicles main character, Allie. Costume 7 will give her green hair with a dark red attire, referencing the Dark Prince, and also Draco Centaurus. The 8th costume is an alternate outfit, which happens to be Doppelganger Arle. I chose this one over Dark Arle from Puyo Puyo 7, mostly because Doppelganger Arle is, in fact, a different character entirely. For Amitie's alternate costumes, she'll actually have a blue Puyo hat and a color palette inspired by her childhood friend, Sig. For costume 3, she'll get a green Puyo hat and a color palette inspired by her friend, Liddell. The 4th costume will give her a purple Puyo hat and a color palette inspired by another student of the Print Magic School, Clug. The 5th costume will give her a yellow Puyo hat with a color palette inspired by her rival, Rafina. The costume 6 will give her a light blue Puyo hat. This is a non-canon Puyo hat, but it's also a good reference to also the other color palette of her teacher, Miss Accord. Costume 7 is also original Puyo hat, which is a pink Puyo hat, with a color palette inspired by the Ocean Prince. The final costume is Red Amitie from Puyo Puyo 15th Anniversary. For the victory animations, Arle will do a peace sign with Carbuncle, and she'll say,
We did it, Carby!
and Carbuncle will go,
Goo goo!
For Amitie's, her victory animation will have her do the peace sign as well, but flowers will appear. For the second victory animations, Arle will actually throw a Puyo down and cause a Puyo chain, clearing all the Puyos, and then do a victory pose. And for the final victory animation, Arle will bounce into a giant Puyo, and then they'll laugh. As a bonus, for their defeat animation, it'll be their knockout animation from the games. Moving on to the standard attacks, Arle's jab will be a 1-2 punch. It's just the simple 1-2 punch. For the dash, Arle will do a magical slash. For the side tilt, Arle will do a fist bump in reference to one of Roulé's spells. As for Amitie, she'll actually just shove the foe. For the up tilt, Arle will cast a upward fire spell. It'll be a small explosion unlike a projectile. The down tilt will be a small spell cast, similar to the up tilt. For the aerial, Arle will summon a magic circle around her. The forward aerial will be similar to Ness, as she'll summon a projectile of magical energy. This could also be a slight reference to Ringo's magic specials of Sai and Kosai. For the back air, Arle will do a back kick, similar to what Roulé does. As for Amitie, she'll do a back kick that's actually stronger and will have a rainbow appearing. This is a reference to Rafine. For the up aerial, Arle will throw her hands in the air and summon a lovely bouquet of flowers. It's a weaker version of their ultimate spell, Bio-N. As for Amitie, she'll actually summon a rainbow. This is actually a reference to Liddell's ultimate spell. For the down air, Arle will throw down a Puyo. I'll go into more detail about the Puyos later on. For the grabs, Arle will grab the foe two-handed and then do a knee jab for a hit. For the throws, they're actually a reference to how you spin Puyos in the game, so you go in a more of a rotation. So for the forward throw, Arle throws the foe clockwise. For the back throw, she throws them counterclockwise. For the up throw, she'll throw them upwards counterclockwise, and for the down throw, she'll throw them downwards clockwise, and then they'll bounce upwards. For the forward smash, Arle will summon a Puyo. For the up smash, Arle will summon a Puyo above herself. It'll disappear immediately after. And for the down smash, she'll summon 2 Puyos in between her. These smash attacks are similar to Pac-Man's. I should also talk about these moves that use the Puyo. I wanted to integrate Puyos into her moveset mostly because of the Puyo meter. So when you actually summon Puyos using certain spells, they'll actually stay on the stage. If a character happens to hit a Puyo, you'll automatically get 4 gray garbage Puyos. Just like you would in the games, sort of. Moving on to the special attacks, Arle's standard special is Puyo Drop. She'll summon 2 Puyos in front of her that'll fall clockwise into the ground. I should also note that the colors of the Puyos don't add any status abilities whatsoever, they're just color designs. But if you actually can get 4 Puyos in a row, you'll automatically go up a single Puyo rank. So if you pop 4 Puyos at once of the same color, you'll automatically go from red Puyos to a star Puyo. For the Kirby hats, Arle's is actually more unique, as Kirby will actually look like Carbuncle. A fun cute little reference since Arle actually calls Carbuncle Carby, so I thought it'd be a fun little reference. For Amitie, it'll be her Puyo hat. It's very iconic to the series. For Arle's side special, it'll be the spells. This is where the Puyo meter actually comes into play. Arle actually has a different amount of spells that she can summon, depending on how many Puyos you go. But you need a specific Puyo to actually activate these certain spells. This is sort of a reference to the chain attacks, as you can combo Puyos to make a more powerful spell happen. Just know you'll automatically start with the first spell and then continue moving on to the next spell. However, if you don't have the certain Puyo level to use a certain spell, you'll automatically go back to the first one. You can of course use a certain spell and then wait until you have enough energy to use the next spell. So you have to properly strategize like in a puzzle game. So for the level 1 spell, which you need only 3 garbage Puyos or more, it'll be Fireball. Arle will summon 3 fireballs at once. If you have less than 3, you'll only summon a specific amount of fireballs depending on if you have 1 or 2 garbage Puyos. The level 2 spell, you need a red garbage Puyo, which is Ice Storm. Arle will summon a gust of ice that can freeze your opponents. If you have more damage, you'll be stuck in the ice longer. The level 3 spell, you need a star Puyo, and it's Mind Blast. Mind Blast will cause instant confusion to their foes, so that way you can gear up for the next attack. The level 4 spell, you need a Moon Puyo, and it'll be Judgment. This is Arle's second strongest attacks next to the one I'm going to be talking about soon. Arle will shoot a beam of energy in front of her. It's a little harder to hit, but it will do some good damage as well as some great knockback. And for the final spell, which you need a Crown Puyo for, is Bio-N. Arle will jump in a upward diagonal and shoot a bouquet of flowers around her. This move works exactly like Wolf's side special, only the hitbox rate is very big. It's not really easy getting the Bio-N spell because you have to make sure you don't get a lot of damage and you have to successfully keep hitting your character with your attacks as well as your Puyo. But trust me when I say it's a great reward if you can do a lot of those things. Because Bio-N, of course, is the most powerful spell Arle knows, so it is her most powerful attack. As for Amitie, she'll have Fireball. This works similarly as Arle's Fireball. Her second spell is Cyclone. The animation is similar to Ice Storm, but it'll actually trap foes in a gust of tornadoes so Arle can prepare for the next attack. Her level 3 is Tempest. She'll do the same animation again just like Mind Blast, but she'll shoot a ball of energy that'll explode into a tornado trapping foes. Her level 4 is Fairy Fair. This works exactly similarly to Judgment. And her ultimate is Bio-N. This works similarly to Arle's. For Arle's up special, it'll be Garbage Puyo Drop. Arle will throw garbage Puyos under her and then jump upwards. If you have 6 garbage Puyos less, you'll only throw the 6 garbage Puyos under you, but you won't get much height. If you have a red garbage Puyo or higher, you'll actually throw the garbage Puyo in that style. The higher level the garbage Puyo, the more stronger the attack will be, with each garbage Puyo even having a special effect like spiking or push away. You'll also be able to jump higher depending on how many garbage Puyos you have. And for the down special, it'll be Counter. Arle will summon a magical circle around her. If anyone hits Arle with a projectile or in a physical attack, they will do a counter attack. It's basically similar to most counters like Palutena's or Joker's. It'll deflect projectiles and also deflect attacks. However, the only difference is you'll actually double the amount of Puyos in your Puyo meter. So if you have 1 red garbage Puyo, you'll actually get 2 red garbage Puyos. Or if you have 3 red garbage Puyos, you'll automatically go straight to a star garbage Puyo. The final smash, it's Puyo Fever. Arle or Amitie will summon a giant Puyo in front of them. If it pops with any characters in front of them, they'll be caught in a slashing barrage attack. This final smash is similar to Ike's and Robin's final smash. The foe will be pelted with garbage Puyos from above, while Arle will be using all of her spells, Fireball, Ice Storm, Mind Blast, Judgment, and Bio-N, while Amitie will use her spells, Fireball, Cyclone, Tempest, Fairy Fair, and Bio-N. Of course, with Bio-N ending the combo attack. This is of course a reference to the Puyo Fever, as when you successfully make a chain of Puyos, you can do a combo barrage that'll instantly defeat your opponents. I wanted of course to reference that in their final smash. The odds of Arle and Amitie being in Smash, I could see Arle, but with Amitie being an Echo Fighter, it's really hard to say. I'm actually a big fan of the Puyo Puyo series, and would love to see the more puzzle games represented in Smash. The only character we have that's anywhere near as a puzzle game fighter is Dr. Mario, and nobody else. And I feel like that the puzzle genre is vastly underappreciated even in the Smash Bros. Series. So if they would add a character from a puzzle game, I definitely think it should be Arle Naja. Thank you for watching Set for Smash. This will be my season finale for this year, as I'll be taking a little break from this, but I will be coming back with shorter videos talking about stage concepts as well as Echo Fighter concepts for other characters. I'll be just taking a break from the moveset concepts from big name characters that could be in Smash Bros. But haven't appeared yet. And if you want to keep supporting this channel, well, you can just like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you all so much for watching, and take a look at what Season 2's next moveset concept's gonna be.